Hi guys, Roddy here. Paul asked me to, as part of the Digital Product Millionaire program, where we're taking you through the process of creating digital products very easily, cost effectively and flexibly. As part of that process, Paul said, why don't you give them an overview of the Flipbooks that we use for many of our programs, because we found them to be really flexible, actually, pretty easy to put together once you know what you're doing. Bit of experimenting, tinkering around, and yeah, they're very versatile. So I thought probably the easiest way to do that would be to take you through one that I need to create anyway for a program that we're working on. So it's like a live, yeah, behind the scenes, I suppose, of creating one. Now, obviously, there's quite a lot involved to get it to the point that we can sell a product. So I'm not going to do real time everything, but I'll take you through the different stages, and you can see the different bits, and I'll share some tips and tricks with you as we go. Now, when we first started thinking, oh yeah, Flipbooks, I looked at quite a few different products, but it moves so quickly. If it's something you really want to get into, you might want to be open to the fact that, you know, there's a lot of different companies doing this, and they're probably all different prices. I just haven't got the time to keep going back and keeping on top of all the different programs there are. So the one that I started using was Flipbuilder, and you can go online and search for, I think it's flipbuilder.com, yeah, flipbuilder.com, and you can read all about it. They've got lots of different, you do a free download, learn more. We don't get any commission from them, obviously. I'm not trying to push this down your throat. It's just the one that I used. They do so many different versions, as you can see here on the screen. I started out with Flip PDF, quickly went to Flip PDF Professional, and then ended up buying the Corporate Edition, which is their like the whole enchilada type program, just because we use it so much, and there was just a couple of features that I wanted in there, so it was worth it for us. Do your own research and decide for yourself. If you're going to sell programs, you want to embed video, I'm guessing PDF Professional is the one that you're probably going to want to think about. But as I say, you know, if you haven't got money to spend on research and development, then do your research first of all. Don't experiment just by buying the programs and tinkering with them like I often do. Okay, so that's flipbuilder.com. The way that it works is you start out with a Word document. So if I just create a blank Word document here, you start with your ideas for the program. Can you see that okay? Let's make that a little bit bigger. So you start out with your ideas, you then create a Word document, because remember it's a flip book, so it's a book in electronic format, so you need to come up with a book basically, but the book can be pretty light in terms of words, because you can add functionality through digital resources. So you start with your ideas, put them in a Word document, then when your Word document is as good as you want it, then you create a PDF document. And you can do that straight from Word, and then from the PDF you import that into Flipbuilder, and then from Flipbuilder, when you've then added other digital resources, made any changes that you want to change, any changes you want to create, or other bits you want to add, then you publish. So that's the process basically. Ideas into a Word document, create a PDF document, import the PDF into Flipbuilder, add any other digital resources that you want to add, and then publish it. So it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to use Word if you have other ways of creating PDFs, or PDFs that you already want to use. That will work too. You need a PDF to import into Flipbuilder. That's the bottom line. When it comes to publishing, there's a number of different ways that you can publish your document. In fact, why don't I just show you that? So that's probably the simplest way to start off with. So here, let's say this was our book. I'm going to file, save as, save it somewhere relevant. Let's call it a test. I'm going to save it. I'll save it as a Word document first of all. Then file, save as, same place again. This time I'm going to save it as a PDF. Save as a PDF, and it will convert it from Word into a PDF document, and that's our PDF document. Okay, so test.pdf. Now I can open Flipbuilder, create a new flipbook, tell it where the PDF document is, digital product millionaire, test, there it is, import that, ta-da! That's our flipbook. Now if we wanted to publish that, then we've got different options. We can create a website, you see the option at the top there, HTML, or we can create a zip file, perhaps if we wanted to email it to people or store it somewhere. We can create an exe file that just runs, so everything is in one file, and you run the exe file and that creates the flipbook. Or you can create a similar type of file for the Mac environment, a .app, or you can create an FBR, flipbook, reader document. You also have the option of making a mobile version, and a few other options in there that I don't pay too much attention to. You can burn to CD, which we've used occasionally. That's pretty much it though, okay? So they're the options to create a, to publish it. You also have the option to upload online. So this just makes it really simple to use Flipbuilder's services to just create a flipbook, upload it online to their server. They give you the URL for that flipbook, and then you can just share it. So it's an add-on service that you have to pay for, but it does make it really easy. So I use that just because it cuts out different steps. You can put them straight on your own website. You can embed them into Facebook. You can do all kinds of different things. But the easiest thing in the world for me is to create a flipbook, click upload online, and then just share the link. It's real simple. I'll show you that. Okay. Now you can also tinker with this screen, so you can change where it says your logo, you can change that. You can customize the buttons. You can go in and add pages or delete pages. If I click on edit pages there, I can add pages in now, or I can remove pages. I can add pictures. Let's add a picture for you so you get to see that. Add picture. And you can put it wherever you wanted. I'm going to select an image from, where have I got some pictures that I could put in? Speaking for influence, empowerment mentoring, sorry, going a bit thick. There's brown transcripts, photos. There's a nice picture of somebody. Looks like a nice one, the right sort of size. Ta-da! So then we can add pictures, or we can add music. You can add YouTube links. You can add videos. The difference, obviously, you can add a video where the video file is part of the flipbook, which makes a much bigger file, or you can upload your videos onto YouTube and then just embed the link so that your flipbook is very small and light, and all of the video is held on YouTube site or Vimeo site, whichever way you want to do it. We tend to use the YouTube link just because it makes it really simple and easy to send people the link for the file. We have created programs where there's a gigabyte or 2 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes of video all with the flipbook, but then you need to put it on a DVD and sell a DVD, which does work very well. It's just, it's very flexible to load your videos onto YouTube or some other video engine and video site, and then just embed the links. Real simple. So you can add pictures, you can add shopping cart items, you can add different buttons for printing your document, or all kinds of different things. Let me just show you real quick adding a YouTube. So there we go. I can create my YouTube. This is the link here for the YouTube picture. By default it gives you one of theirs, I think. So there you go. That's the code at the end of the string. I'll show you that for real in a mo. But that creates the flipbook. You can change where it's going to go by changing these numbers. How wide it's going to be. Make it a bit smaller. How long. Deep. Etc, etc, etc. I'm going to play the movie when I enter the page. I'm going to stop the movie when I leave the page. You can change the look of the what do they call it? The the video player type thing. So you can do all of that. When you're done, save and exit, and there's your flipbook, and that will then run from YouTube within your document. So there you go. Okay, so that's our document. Pretty unimpressive, but the features are there really to create a program just within that simple demo. So I'm going to come out of there, save the project, nope, back to our test document, close that down. So that's like an overview of the Flipbook Lite. Right, so now let's create a, let me see if I can take you to, yeah, so here's the Word document that I've created for the program that we're working on. So the program is the Get Good First Speakers Club that many of you will be aware of. Many of you are already members. I've been working on a Word document that you'll see here, and this is for the Flipbook. So I've left a blank page at the top because I'm going to put a picture in there. There's the inside page. Now remember, in a book you print on both sides, so this is page 1 here, and then this is the other side of that. So I have laid it out like this, 2 pages. Get Good First Speakers Club, Les Brown, Rodiger, Braith and Paul Martinelli. There's the information inside, table of contents. So a table of contents is just, you know, real simple. It's a table. I've hidden the lines, so it's tells you what's where, and you can use that to jump to different parts of the document later. If you fill that in last, obviously, then you know which pages go where. Then just the text of the document. I use the same format pretty much for each of our documents. Just real simple. If it's going to be a printed book, I use Garamond font because I think it looks really nice. If you're going to read it on a screen like this, then I think this is Calibri. Yeah, Calibri body. So that looks nice, and you can read it in 14 point in a flipbook. So they're the pages. I like to have my chapter pages on the left, so odd numbers, so they're always in the same place. So I've got a blank space there. There's the next page. I've got a quote in at the beginning, the title, and all of this is set up for all of the books that I work on. So I just open a template, copy this in, and then start typing. Pretty straightforward, as you can see. It takes a little bit of time to get it perfect, exactly as you want it, but really the only real time consuming bit is typing the words for what you want to say. Once you've got the template set up to just cut and paste, you know, it's very, very quick to create this type of document. All of these are bits that I've cut and pasted from other documents. And so, you know, it comes together very, very quickly. As you experiment with the flipbook, you know how much space to leave for the video. So this is going to be a video in here in the flipbook, and then Leslie's video will go in there in the next flipbook later in the program. So there's a space for those. The quotes are in there for this month. And that is pretty much the document. Here you'll see some links in there. I'm going to put some links in for those. And then 2 spaces right at the end for my picture to go on the back, the back of the book, and just some blank pages at the end, as you normally would find in a book. So that's it. So if I've got that pretty much to the point where I want it to be. So if I save as PDF now, and that has created the basis of our flipbook. So if we have a look at that in 2-page view as well, page display, 2 pages, we should then see our book. See how the chapter pages are all on the left. You don't have to do it that way, I just a bit fanatical about it. There you can see the 2 videos, so the same amount of space is left for both. The quotes and the end. That's it. So that looks fine. So we can close that. So if we import that now into Flipbuilder. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to use that one. And high quality large file size, mobile version, import everything. Off you go, import now. It zips through, it creates a picture basically for each page, that's just how it works, and then threads them together. So now, let's just turn that sound off. That's our flipbook. See, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Blah, 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 blah. All there, just like we'd expect. Okay, now, I'm going to save this in a mo. I just want to change the layout here. I don't like this layout. I don't want people to socially share this. I don't want people to be able to switch the language. There's some other things up here that I'm going to change. I don't want their logo there, and I don't like the background. So let's have a look at some of the things we could change here. Let's change, that looks good, black. Yes, that's the one I normally use. Here I can change some of this layout. So you just need to tinker with this to see, but the book logo, you need to create a logo. It needs to be, I think, 3 centimeters by 8 centimeters, if you know anything about that. Editing files. If not, I wouldn't worry too much. Where is it? But you know, once you want to change the look and the feel, you can get to that. So hopefully I've got one somewhere called logo. There we go. Get Good First Speakers Club logo. So I've created a file there. Now I've told it where it is. I'm just going to apply that change, and then you see I've changed it to the Get Good First Speakers Club, which looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Particularly with the black and this lookout, this thing. So that looks nice. I'm happy with that. If anyone clicks on that, I might want them to go to our website. So let's just put in there www.empowermentmentoring.com and apply that change. Now if anyone clicks on it, see it changes, it will take us to that website. Now to change some of these buttons, about button, full screen, show that, hide, no. Help, we don't want any help because we haven't got any help files that we're putting together for this, so let's hide that. That would be confusing. People can print it, that's fine. Sound, yes. Document mode, yes. Search, yes. Share, no. We don't want people to be able to share it because it's a paid program. So we'll hide that, and we'll hide the social share button. Language, we don't want people to change. Switchable, no, just because there isn't another one and it's just confusing. That's pretty much it. So if I apply this change, then you'll see those buttons change. There we go. So now you can't share it, just the buttons that we want up here, starting to look pretty good. Now let's make it look a bit more like a document by adding a picture at the front. So here I'm going to go to select an image, pop it in there. Which image do we want? Book cover. Get Good First Speakers Club book cover. So all I've done is I've just created a very simple image in PowerPoint and saved as a portable network graphics file, PNG file. It works with JPEGs as well. So that's just a real simple picture from PowerPoint basically. I've set it to the same paper size as my Flipbook, which is letter for the American market. Okay, so that picture then shows up. It doesn't look very good like that, obviously. So I want to go in and make some changes. I want to put it right at the top. And I want it to be all the way down to the bottom. Like that. Oops. There we go. It's looking a bit better, isn't it? And now I don't want a border to come around it when you put the mouse over it, so I'm going to unclick that. But apart from that, that looks pretty good. If I save that now, that's the front page of our Flipbook. Looks cool, doesn't it? Creates a totally different impression. Now we want one at the back as well. So I'm going to edit the pages. I'm going to go all the way to the back of the document. And the last page, page 42 there, needs an image as well. So image, add image, pop the image in, select an image, and it's the back cover. Overview back page. I think that will do. Yep. So that again is just a PowerPoint file, same paper shape and size. I've created it in PowerPoint and saved it as a PNG file. You can save it as a JPEG file. You just need a picture file to add in here, basically. Okay. So I'm going to put that in the top left-hand corner and then drag it down to fill the page, like that. Now this image, it looks like I haven't made it exactly the right size, so I need to get rid of that white at the edge. I'm going to go slightly over the edges of the paper, and that should, yeah, there we go. Save that, let's have a look at that. So that's the front page, that's the back page. Pretty cool. I love it. Right, what's next? Let's go through and have a look. Turn that sound off. We need a welcome video, which is going to go here. So I'm going to edit that page. I'm going to add a YouTube video here. It's going to be about that shape. I'm going to start it 40 in on the X coordinate and 40 down, so it's equidistant. I've experimented with the sizes, and for me 530 is about the right width, and 330 is the right depth. You can experiment with that and find out what works for you. You don't want it too high or too near the edge, otherwise it can interfere with the flipping ability of the Flipbook. Now we need to tell it what video to use. So as I said, I won't take you through uploading a video in this section, but if you upload it to YouTube and copy the link, you will end up with a link, YouTube links. Here we go. You'll end up with a YouTube link which looks like one of these. I then just cut and paste them into Word so I don't lose them. The one that we're using for this one is the one I've just updated because I wanted to put some music in the video. So it's this one here. Can you see that? And for Flipbook, you need just this end bit. So when I paste the links in there, copy that bit off there. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's a comfort zone. The welcome one is this one below. So you want just that end bit there without the slash. So it's that bit is the code. So if I copy that, I can then put that straight in up here, paste that in there, refresh, and there's my welcome video in the Flipbook. I can't tell you how long it took me to work out how to do this. But I kept trying to put in the whole YouTube link in here, and if you have a space at the end of it, it won't work. I eventually worked it out. So it's exactly that. That's why I used the word bit at the beginning. So that then is my video. I want it to play when I click the play button, and I want to stop it not when I exit the page but when I click the stop button, so that I can leave it running and flip through the pages if I want. Save and exit so we can have a look at that. There we are, and there's our video. Click on that and it should play. Hey guys, my name's Roddy. Must get rid of that green background, but that's for another day. Okay, so that's that video. What else do I need to put in here? There's another video that needs to go in, but I won't put that in because it's the same process. That's not going to be the best use of your time. There'll be another one that goes in here. There'll be one that comes in from Les for the next version. We're pretty much there. I'm going to add a couple of links. Oh, here we go. Look, there's some links here. It's put those in automatically. I don't know if those work actually. Let's try that. Oh, this is a slightly updated version, and they've fixed some of the things that didn't work before. So it knows that it's a link, so it's automatically added a link to our website there when somebody clicks on it. So that's pretty handy. What about the other one, the Facebook link? Does it take automatically to our empowerment mentoring page? Yes. Cool. So I only realised that I was so out of date with this because it doesn't check updates automatically. So I had to click on the button when I was looking for something else, and I realised I was miles behind, and they've obviously fixed a lot of things that I had workarounds for. So that's pretty much it. What about down here? No, they're not. Okay, so let me show you adding a link here because it doesn't look like those work. Oh, that was the thing I was showing you. Look, can you see it? When I hover the mouse over it, it's highlighting it like a picture. I don't like that. I'm just going to take that off. So if I go to the end of the document, it's just a tick box that I forgot to tick. Here, add border when mouse rolls over. Take that off, and then it doesn't do that. Okay, so let's just have a save and exit. Let's just check those links on the back. Because it's a picture and not text, I'd be very surprised if it knows that that's a link. But let's have a look. Yeah, no, it doesn't know. But I've put them underlined in the picture so that it looks like you can click on them. So we better add a link for those so that if anyone clicks on it, we don't want them to be disappointed if they wanted to go to our website. So I just add a link. I highlight the area I want to select. It will come up with this colour when the mouse hovers over it. And what do we want to do when somebody clicks on it? We want to open a link, and we'll take them to empowermentmentoring.com. So it takes us to the empowerment mentoring page. Okay. Right, one last thing I think. Let's just have another quick look. Turn the sound off. There we are in our book. Just to make it easy to navigate, there's a number of different ways you can do this, but I like to put links in here so you can just click on the contents page and jump to that page. So with this particular program, there'll be another chapter. You can see chapter 6 is the comfort zone for September. October, it'll be something else, so November, so it will grow. And people won't need to go in and read all these sections again. So rather than remembering the page, you can just put in here 27 and jump to that page. But rather than do that, I'm just going to put a link in there. It's often handy to put in return to contents as well, but I won't do that now. If you want to do that in your documents, you can do that. So I'm just going to add some links here. So we go back into Edit Pages, go to the contents page, add a link. So I'm going to highlight about that much. And then what do? When you click on it, go to page, and we want to go to page 9. That's it. So let's just check that, save and exit. Okay, Good First Speakers Club. Welcome. Yes, straight to page 9. So let's add a couple more then, just so you can see just how easy that is to do. Add another one. I like to make them all line up because I'm a bit fanatical like that, as you probably know. This one's going to go to page 13, go to page 13, etc, etc, etc. I'll do one more for you. The appendix is on page 37, so we are going to actions, go to page, you guessed it, 37. Okay. So you do that for everywhere you want the links, and that's pretty much it. So you can see, from concept to creating a Word document, to create a PDF, which is the bones of what you're seeing here, to adding a few more little features to make the user experience more useful, adding videos. It's really straightforward. It's so versatile. It really is. It's really versatile. Now I'm going to upload this one as a test just to show you how that works. So I'm going to save this project as Digital Product Millionaire Test Flipbook. Just in case anything goes wrong, to save me recreating that. That's it. So that's saved. And now I can upload online, log into my account, I'm going to call it test Flipbook, as we just said. If I publish that now, it will run through updating that. Now that will take, depending on your internet connection, depending on the speed you have, that may be very, very quick, or it may take a little while. On some of the larger Flipbook programs we work on, like the Les Brown Motivational Messages Flipbook, is huge now. And there's loads of embedded videos, loads of pictures. It takes hours to upload. And because we live out in the country, sometimes the network can be a little unreliable, and it can fall over and you have to start again. Sometimes, well, often, practically every night actually, I've got something uploading that I'm leaving running overnight, and I come back in the morning, then hold my breath to see if it's finished. Where you live with your internet connections, this may be much quicker. You can see it's just uploading the files. There's 422 different things, different bits that it needs to upload, and it's on 50 already, so it's zipping through reasonably quickly. This is a relatively light flipbook, so it shouldn't take too long. What we'll end up with at the end of this is just a link, and that's because, as I said, I'm paying to use their service. In fact, it comes free with the corporate version for a year. You can upload as many flipbooks as you want. If you do pay as you go, then it's relatively inexpensive just to host one flipbook. I mean, it's next to nothing to host one flipbook. You buy tokens, and for every month that you have a flipbook up there, they use one of your tokens. So it works out, I don't know, let's say, I'm guessing $10 a year for you to host your flipbook there, so that people can go and access it without you having to worry about posting it on a site. So if you want to get started quickly, this is a very easy way to do it. What else can I tell you about these flipbooks? I mean, it's as simple as that, really. If you tinker with it, you'll soon work out all the shortcuts. You'll know what you need, how you need to set information up, and then when you're developing your programs, you'll just automatically do them in the way that it's very simple to create a flipbook. So, you know, you could go from, let's say you want to create a very simple, I don't know, let's take Comfort Zone. Say you're doing a lesson to send to your tribe. You're going to create a chapter of a book on the Comfort Zone, and it's going to be 10 pages long in a flipbook. Let's say it's, I don't know, 4,000 words, a couple of pictures, and a video. So how long it will take you to write 4,000 words depends on your own proficiency at writing, but let's say it takes you an hour to write out that. You're going to, once you've written it out, a bit of editing, maybe it's taking you 2 hours, maybe you then record your video, another hour, 10 hours. So say another hour or two to create a video, depending on whether you want to put PowerPoints in there or not. And then you simply create the PDF, import it into the flipbook, upload your video to YouTube, embed the link, you're off. You know, in half a day, let's say, you could go from nothing to a flipbook that's published that you can send your people. It's great. It really is. It's that simple. Now, if you've got content that you can use, then that saves you even more time, doesn't it? So you know, you can create it in next to no time. The flipbook part of the process is very simple. I mean, you could do all of this with a website if you knew how to do that. I think the thing with this is it's pretty easy for people just to, you know, with a little bit of IT knowledge, it's pretty easy to get used to how it works and to be able to create something very, very good, you know, that looks really good, that looks the part, professional, and it's cheap to produce, and it's, you know, high value, perceived value for your clients. So that's it. As a product, I think it's really good. I dare say there's other ones out there that are cheaper, probably, you know, better, I don't know. This was the best one that I could find at the time that suited me. And some of that is down to how much time, you know, you've got to look for the products. I came across something that sort of looked like it would work and just went with it. I don't necessarily recommend that approach. You know, if you've got more time to research and you don't you don't want to just waste money, because you know, my approach, I have to say, I do waste a lot of money on research and development. I buy things just because I want to get started that end up being a waste of money, and I don't do that a lot. So you know, that's probably not the best approach. If you've got time to research it properly, then great. But this one, luckily, seems to work, so we've kept using it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can see there, all those files now have been uploaded, and now it's created it, and that's it done. So there's the URL, http://online.flipbuilder.com/Roddy. We learnt the hard way that that is case sensitive, that Roddy, capital RODDY, and then /JMNI. So that is the Flipbook created. So I can go anywhere in the world now where I have internet access. If I click view on browser, there's the URL you see, and our test Flipbook will come up around the world. It's published. It's as simple as that. And all of the functionality that you just saw is in our Flipbook. You can go through the pages. We can jump, as you saw. There's our YouTube video embedded. And off we go. Takes us to a video. We can jump.
Hey guys, my name's Roddy Galbraith, and on behalf of my business,
like in any YouTube video, if we wanted to, we can click on here and
Martinelli and Les
it'll
Brown.
jump up full
Welcome
screen,
to the Get
but it
Good
will open
First
it in
Speakers Club.
YouTube, so that you can then look at it full screen if you want. And again, depending on your speed of your connection, that will determine how long that takes in order for it to open. There we are. Now, so that's it. It's as simple as that. Good luck. It's not going to be right for all of you, but for some of you, I know from the questions that we've had, you know, which one do you use and how do you do it? That's an overview. Maybe we'll do a more detailed one with some of the other steps at some point, but for some of you that will probably be enough for you to dive in and get started. Good luck. Thanks guys, hope you found it useful. Over and out. Goodbye. God bless.